You identify as
Identify?
ethnicity.
I identify as an American.
What is your ethnicity? I identify as an American. Matter of fact, I identify as a Christian. A Christian biblical American. So today we're going to talk about how we had a black conservative representative in Missouri who was being attacked by a black Democrat woman who was full of the matriarchy, who was mad because this black conservative man had the audacity to say that no, I'm not going to be on board with this DEI stuff, that there is equality in America, that we're not walking around playing ourselves as victims. We're not victims. I'm not going to get on board with this. So she had to berate that young man and set him in his place.
I inquired of you because I heard you say that there's equality, equal. You agree with this DEI bill? And what was your reason for what? Can you repeat that?
First of all, she's playing this straw man. She's trying to trap this young man into this argument, trying to have him agree with her that there is not equality in America, but no, there's oppression. Another thing, DEI only benefits the LGBTQ and black women. So no wonder she's on board with this whole DEI stuff. Have you seen all the people who are the heads of DEIs at these companies? They don't look like me.
I'm sorry, can you rephrase your question?
You said you were okay with the DEI and that there's an equal playing field. Did you say that?
Yes, I did say that I'm okay with the bill as it stands currently. And to address that there and to talk a little bit about it, it's because what it does is say that we're not in the business in state government of giving preferential treatment to certain groups.
That's so important because that's not America. America is based on merit. America is based on individuality. These people pushing DEI, these neo-Marxists pushing this stuff, they're all about the collective. They're all about the group. And that's the difference.
In individuals, we treat everybody the same because we're all people under the law. And it's the same concept as the 14th Amendment, for instance.
Obviously, I don't think she has read the 14th Amendment nor believes in it.
Everybody was supposed to be equal and everything like that. But what essentially your argument's likely going to be here is that no, it's not. It's that nobody's equal and everything. And that's what it seems like you're probably trying to get at, if my understanding is.
First of all, you said suppose.
She said suppose. She's like, nah, man, there's oppression. Nah, man, we're not equal in America. We still are fighting for our liberty. We're still fighting for freedom. We're not equal. It's 1955 up in this piece, man. Don't you understand? We didn't have the Civil Rights Bill. We didn't have all these things passed. Nah, we're still fighting for our rights.
Use the word suppose. And so suppose means not.
She reminds me so much of people in my family. I'm not calling out their names, but she reminds me so much of people in my family. Just her mannerisms, not what she's talking about, just the mannerisms.
Exactly. Can I ask you what you identify as?
Identify?
Ethnicity.
That's a new word. That's a new one. Ethnicity. Electricity.
I identify as an American.
Not an African American.
And that's what they want to do. They want to categorize us, use identity politics to group us into certain areas, into certain groups, so they can control us. It's easier to control somebody when you have a group think, when you have the collective mindset. But when you have individuality, the way America was founded, it's hard to control people when they understand that they're made in the image of God, when they understand that their rights come from God, not from government. It's hard to control those kind of people.
Are you African American?
Nah, I'm black. That's what he should have said. But no, in all actuality, no, I'm a Christian. I'm a biblical conservative.
We have a daughter your age. And when you made that statement, I was a little appalled because there is no equality as of yet. You know, some people have privileges and, you know, we can consider maybe privileges that people have, and you may be getting that confused with equal. But my daughter don't have those privileges.
Now, sincere, I would ask the question, why your daughter doesn't have those privileges. Your daughter was born into a post-racial America. Your daughter was born more into Missouri, which is not a poor state like I was born into, like Mississippi. My question would be why your daughter doesn't have those quote-unquote privileges and why she feels like she's still oppressed. That would be my question, a sincere question. Why do people actually feel that they are oppressed? And another thing I would say is that more than likely this person goes to church on Sunday and will call themselves a Christian, yet they will stand up here and play the victim card as if they don't have the greater one inside of them, living inside of them that overcomes this world. That's the thing that's so frustrating with these people, because they'll stand up here and claim that they're a Christian, but yet they operate like they're defeated. They operate like they don't have a God.
I was elected to my first office in 1999 in a 95% African American school district where the entire board was white. 1999, sir. Do you think that's equal?
There you go. They confuse equality with equity. They think that if you live in a 95% black district, that the school board should reflect that. Well, did you have people run for the school board that were black? Nobody asked her that question. Because if you did, more than likely, you would have won. See, she didn't go into those details. She just threw out this number to make it seem as if there was a disproportionate number of white people running things in a heavily black district. And if that's the case, then how about the representatives? How about the members of the community rise up and vote those people out? You have the option to do that in America. You do. You have freedom to do that in America. And that's the thing. These people act as if they don't have the freedom to make choices, the freedom to decide how they want to live in their communities. They do. But they rather choose for the government to dictate to us instead of for them taking the initiative and doing it themselves, taking it upon them their own agency and making decisions that will better their communities. They'd rather the government do it. They'd rather somebody else does it because it's easier to play the victim than to be the victor.
20 years, sir, to get into this building. And I had to fight to get here. Think that's equal?
I think that you're given the same opportunity as anyone else in this building to get there.
Well,
it's just as me.
You are delusional.
Wow. She called that man delusional for thinking that everyone has the same opportunity.
If you think that, because that's not how life is going. That's the reason why we need these things implemented in some of these companies, because there is not. How do you think it all came about, sir?
For you, see, what these people are doing, they use experience more than facts. They use emotions more than truth. So if you're feeling a certain way, then that's real. If you imagine things a certain way, then it's real. Despite what the facts may say, despite what the truth says. And that's why our society has become secular. Because they've evaluated fables, they've evaluated feelings over the truth.
Because we're here representing the state of Missouri, and we need to stay here until our work is done. Today, I wish you could meet my daughter, since you say it's equal, and she has a master's degree.
I'd be happy to talk to your daughter.
Yeah, I'm going to introduce you to my daughter, and I'm going to let her tell you how it's not equal on her job that she has a master's degree and she has to work for individuals that don't have the same education that she has.
That is the case, unfortunately, because you have people who did not go to college or spent money to stay in college for multiple years, but they have experience. I thought experience was everything to these people. I guess not. If you're a male, if you're white, or if you're a Christian and a black man and a conservative. Because if you have the same pay as a woman who has a higher degree than you, then that's not equal. I don't have a master's degree. I have had people working for me that had master's degrees. You wanna know why? Because I had the knowledge and the skill set that came from actually working in the workforce. Instead of people telling me about it, I actually did it. There's a stark and distinct difference between the two. Just because you got a degree doesn't mean that you're qualified to do the job, ma'am.
Merely because she looks like me.
Victim, victim, victim. She got a master's degree, still playing the victim card.
That's not equal. They want to think that equality and privilege is equal. It's not. I wonder, what did it take for you, sir, to get elected out of St. Charles to sit in your seat? I want to hear that story.
Yeah, I had to work on my own merit and pretty much promote the principles I believe in, which is freedom, equality for all, which I believe that America does. And that's how I got elected into my position. I didn't get elected into my position because of the color of my skin or do any race baiting stuff that it seems like you're promoting here.
Oh, I'm promoting race baiting? I'm promoting race baiting?
Now she loved that because she get to play the victim card again.
No, I think you're promoting privilege, tokenism.
Tokenism. Those are two words they love to use for black men who are conservatives. Privilege and tokenism.
I didn't come from a privileged background.
Oh, really?
I grew up in St. Louis County where my mother.
Where did you grow up at? Tell me that.
In Overland is where I grew up. In Overland. I was 12. My mom raised me and two of my other brothers. She was lower income. I had to work my butt off to get where I am today and to.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. You know why she said shame on you? Is because he is the epitome of what the Marxists, the woke, the black bougie elite, the black feminists, the black progressives hate. A black man standing on his own 2 feet who has achieved things in his life, not because of the government, and not because of oppression, and not because of victimization. He is the counter argument to the statement that America is systemically racist, that black people cannot achieve. He's a counter argument to that. You heard him talk about how he grew up when he grew up, he was the child of a single mom. I grew up as a child of a single mom. And because of the grace of God and her prayers, I've been blessed to achieve some things in life, and God gets all the glory. So people like myself and people like him, we are the counter argument. We debunk the myth that America is systemically racist, and they hate us for that because we have our eyes open. We are awake to the truth. And the truth is, we are not victims. We are empowered for greatness.